Hi guys, Dave in Texas here. What you're looking at is a nice Ibanez bass. Okay, I've gotten 3 of those in recently. And this one just has a setup to be done on it. You know, adjust everything on it, needs to be adjusted. And it looks like I'm not going to be able to do much with the fretboard because there's not enough left on the strings to do anything with. When they come this short, it's really tough to get in there, but I'll try to spread these strings out as best I can so I can get in there. I can't. The darn key is busted on it. I'll be darned. The tuning key's broken on it. Look at this. Look. It's coming right out. That's not good. Hang in there, guys. It's going to fall right out of the thing. I'll be darned. It's not even working. Well, huh. If I loosen it up enough to get to the fretboard so I can clean up the frets, I've got a problem because the tuner's falling apart. It's actually coming off my hands. Probably why I wound it up like this on one of them, with both of them. I don't think I've ever seen this before, but maybe that's the way these work. They just get when you get loose, they fall apart. But I've got to get them loose just to do the fretboard and the frets. He's got these wired in here so strangely I don't know what else to do. Got them wrapped really strange around the post on the things. Anyway, we'll get in here and clean up this fretboard, I guess. We can do that after all. Get a rubber band after this thing. And get the strings out of my way. We'll start off by putting some linseed oil on the neck, get it cleaned up. And with basses, I have to go with 2 rubber bands to keep them out of my way. And here's how I do it, if you can see this or not. Let's wrap one through the other, bring it to the other side. If I can get enough relief, I'll just wrap it over and under the other side, and there it be. Okay, now it's out of my way, all 4 of them. So I only had to use 1 rubber band after all, just like a guitar. Okay, so I've got those out of my way. It's time to get the towel out, paper towels. Get the linseed oil off the shelf. Grumbacher linseed oil. That's kind of they sell at Hobby Lobby, and it's kind of expensive. I go through about 2 bottles a year on this stuff. Of all guitars I set up, the ones I'm responsible for as well. Okay, here we go. Let's get those frets all set up. Fretboard. And I'm pretty sure this has never been done on this guitar before. But this is the way to keep your fretboard in good shape. Oh my God. But not spilling it doesn't help a bit. Doggone it. Well, I did that. Alright, let's try getting the rest of this fretboard done. And let's see if I can be a little more careful this time, because I'm running out linseed oil now. I have to go buy another jar. There are 2 of them. And this stuff is not cheap. It's 10 bucks a bottle. So that gets a little high after a while. But like I said, it lasts me about a year, so that's not bad. I get a lot of fretboards done with it. And other things too. You know, cleaning up paint brushes and mixing it with oil paints. Do all kinds of nifty tricks with Grumbacher's linseed oil. That's all I do. Some these days have a videotape or a tape on some of the neat tricks of the trade. Some of the things that no one's aware of is old school stuff that people don't use that much anymore, or do that much. And see how people like to see that kind of stuff, the old school stuff. Alright, and the body of this guitar is kind of dirty. It's on the dirty side. And since I have the strings loose on it right now, that's what I'm going to do is clean that up as well. And I'm using the premium guitar fetish spray, which is pretty good stuff. Just spray on the body. Just give it a general cleanup. We'll finish that job later. Well, normally I have all the strings off here, and I'd really do a cleanup on this bridge and saddles, but since I can't remove these. And I think that may be a rule from now on. You bring your new strings or just don't bring it, or I'll supply them, one or the other, because it does inhibit me from doing things I like to do to these guitars, you know, as far as at least cleaning them up. It's only got my shop dirty looking like I've not done my job. So I think that's going to be a new rule. No more using the same strings. If you have some new ones on there, take them off yourself, keep them somewhere safe. Just don't bring it if they have new strings, you want to keep them. So I'm just going to cut them off. Of course, you know, bass strings are expensive, like 30, 40 bucks, but and these are new, so I can understand the position he's in. Now we're going to rub off the excess, right? And get in there with our fret erasers. And clean up these frets. Nice and new looking. And there's not any dirt on this. This is a nice clean guitar. You know, see? No nasty dirt, just regular usage dirt. Which is good, you know? You gotta take care of your stuff. Okay, now let's find those whoopsie little fret erasers. And I know they're in one of my buckets of shame. Yeah, things have gotten so bad I have to have 2 buckets of shame. So here we go. There's one of those little babies. There's another one. That's the one I'll be using. Okay, there's my 2 there. I'm missing my 220 grit. I don't know what's happened to it. Tell you what, let's try this 4000 and see what we get, just to kicks and giggles. Well, that's not abrasive at all. That's more like just a straight polish. This is even softer than 220. Well, that's just like a regular eraser. That's not doing much. Let's try my 440 where I belong, or 400. Alright, that's doing the cleaning. You can hear it. Okay? And then clean up that fret. Oh yeah. Now you can't see it, guys, but I can, and they shine after I do this. Okay? I'm just, you can see with my hands in the way. Nope, you can't see any of it. So, what I'm going to show you, basically, a nice cleanup job on this, on these frets. And I have to switch the camera around, so hang in there, guys. One other thing, let's check the action on it and see. So hang in there, guys. I think we're going to make some adjustments on this. Let's check the action on it. Let's see what we got here. But the relief is just too low. The relief, there's none of it. It's just flat as can be. Well, not flat, but it's real close to no relief at all. And the action on this thing, let's see what we got here. Oh, geez. We're at 364, so this is way too low, dude. No wonder it's straight. No wonder it's buzzing on you. We'll need to loosen up the strings, raise up the saddles, and readjust this. In the meantime, I need to find my scale. Okay, let's see if I can get some idea of what kind of relief we got on this guitar. Oh, we got none. We got no relief on this neck whatsoever. So what I need to do is put some relief on this neck. It is buzzing. Hear it? All the way up to the neck is buzzing. So I gotta get some relief on a flat neck and raise the saddles up. So hang in there, guys, while I make all these adjustments. All right, if you'll look down inside this hole, you'll see that the truss rod adjustment is messed up in this thing pretty badly. It's kind of boogered up, and I'll try to get the right rod in there to fit it, but it's pretty much screwed up inside the hole itself. And that ain't good. It's probably why it came to me. But we'll see what we can do. Alright, well, this is the right size Allen to put in here. I'm going to try to loosen it up because it's just too straight. The neck has no relief whatsoever on it. And, oh man, it's just screwed up. It is just screwed up in there. I can't do anything with it. I'm not going to try. That is just messed up. It won't go deep enough inside the socket to engage the rod, and me trying to turn it outside on the lip it's just going to make it worse. But somebody's gone in here and bent this thing up and made it a nightmare to try to work with. And I can get in there with a looser, a smaller wrench and catch a little more of it, but there it comes. You hear that pop? Damn, that's just a quarter turn too. I need to come almost a full turn on this thing to loosen it up. Damn it. Alright, that's 3/4 of a turn. Alright, there's a full turn to loosen this thing up. And that's as far as I'm going to go with it. Oh man, I have to tell them about that. But somebody's really boogered that thing up pretty good in there. And you have to really push these Allens deep in it to make sure it engages and you just don't catch the lip and do more damage to it, which is what's happened to it. Somebody got in there with the wrong size Allen and tried to turn it and has boogered it up. Or they tried to shove something in there and bent some stuff in there. The entrance to the cavities for the truss rod, just bizarre in there. I can't believe they've done that. And I think I straightened it out some by getting that other tool in there. Take a look at that. See in there now? Yeah, you can see that. That was bent up. Okay, so we get all types. Now, I put a full turn on this to release the neck some. And I can't see hardly any reaction whatsoever. Let's look down that neck. No, it's still straight as an arrow. So what we're going to do is raise the saddles up to avoid the fret buzz. And what I do on basses, guys, I go ahead and I raise these up pretty high and then adjust low. Okay? That makes any sense whatsoever. I have a lot more relief on the bass string than you do on a guitar because it's thicker and it vibrates, you know, so much. Okay, so I finally found the right one, and of course it's marked. The reason it's marked is probably because it fits this darn little bugger. And these are all loose now, so I'm going to raise this up pretty good to make sure it clears this neck. Maybe a little higher. And it's got to clear a straight neck, which there's no relief on it still. Now I gave it a full turn on that wonky truss rod. It looks like somebody's tried to intonate this guitar already. But I can't imagine they have these strings at this low because there's no way it could be played. It was like, did they do this on purpose or what? Lower all these down to the bottom. Those are nothing but fret to buzz all the way up the neck. They checking out, see if Dave's gonna do his job or what? Yes, I do the job right, even though I don't charge for it. I do it right. Yeah, these are free setups, guys. So now I got all cells up, raised, and even. And the thing to do is to get it tuned again. And go from there. It's going to come up with as far as fret buzz is concerned. Of course, the first thing I did was check the relief on the neck. There's not any. You check the action, it's way too low. It's way below even the guitar's action level. And I think I'll have the same problem again with this, but we'll see. I may have to even go higher. Okay, I've got the tune again. Alright, let's check that fret buzz first and see what we come up with. Wow, that's really high. Son of a gun. I hate these straps on these things. So we're still having buzz on this thing. And it's because there's no relief on it whatsoever. And I believe this nut is a little too low as well. Son of a gun. Let's go to 18 so we can clear that. I don't know what else to do. The neck will not adjust. There's no relief on this neck whatsoever. And it's not adjusting. Nothing. Not a nothing. I'll be damned. Huh. Well, now what? Okay, well, the strings are just way too high on this thing right now. I thought I'd be adjusting these saddles back down lower, and you can see the action is pretty high. I think you see they're not adjusted the right way. Ta-da! You can see they're pretty high above the fretboard itself. See that on high? Yeah, that's pretty high. But they're not fret buzzing. Now, I can for sure lower some of these. The E and A I can't. Those fret buzz like crazy. The D and the G, I think I can lower those some, make it a little more comfortable to play. But the thing is, the thicker you go on these strings, the more relief you need on them, you know? And this guitar is giving me no relief on its neck, even with a full turn on the truss rod. And I hate to go further than that, because that means it wouldn't be engaged at all. You know, it's like, damn, what's this thing going to take? Anyhow, let me think about it. Hang in there. Okay, I went down 2 full turns, excuse me, on the saddles for the D and the G. I'm going to tune it back up again. I'm sure it's out of tune now. And see what the fret buzz action is. And maybe the best I can do on this guitar. That truss rod doesn't want to adjust. Okay, let's try it. We're getting some fret buzz again. Well, up here it's not going to. So it's 12th fret. That's the best it's going to go on that truss rod. It's not going to adjust. That's the best I can do on this guitar. So, damn it. We'll have to explain it to him when he comes to pick it up. Let's adjust the pickups on it. Make sure those are right at least. That is very disappointing, but it happens with these basses, you know. And it's usually ones that are not very expensive. Okay, so That's too high. That's just right. That's too low. So this one is. That's just right. Whoopsie. This one's too high. No, that's just right. That's just right. For this other one. That's a little low. That's too high. That's about right. So this is too high. This one's got to come down. It's got to come down. Okie dokie. So let's lower that one. This one's too high. It's got to come down. Let's try that now. Well, you still see me lifting it. Still too high. Okay. That's perfect there. Let's try the other side again. That's good. This is perfect. Let's try the other side of this slip pickup. That's perfect. Now the back for a change. Let's try that back one, guys. Okay. That's too high. It's touching it. Try the other side. That's too high. So those both have to come down some. So let's try this one first. Let's try that now. That's perfect. That's perfect. So now we got this pickup set up, the high set as best we can. We tried to put some relief on the neck. It's not adjusting. Nothing I can do about that. The action is a little high, but it's not fret buzzing anymore. So this one's done. Not a lot more I can do about it, and I hate to give up on it, but truss rod's the main thing, guys. Any questions, guys? Give me a holler. Dave in Texas. Bye.